Welcome, minion.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is not my main stream for tonight. It's a quick stream because I've got a little time, maybe half an hour, while my family are returning from something, and I just want to test some mods. So I thought I'd do it with you guys riding over my shoulder. Can I turn down the sound of the menu volume? Setting the music volume at 0, I can still hear the music. Obviously it wasn't quite. I'm going to turn it down to 2, because it is aggressively loud. Right. So, I noticed after the last stream that my eyes were getting a little tired. So I did a little bit of searching to find out if this game has chromatic aberration. This may not be the best place to test this. Also, I should definitely crank that off and limit the frame rate. And then, of course, go and double check that it's stickied. Right. So this is default. Now my son, I should probably grab my son and ask him. He can see chromatic aberration. He can literally see it, especially around edges of things. I can't, but I am sensitive to it, and after playing a game that's got chromatic aberration, I will feel my eyes getting sluggish. And I'm not sure, but I did get tired. So, I've installed a mod that removes it and the film grain. So apparently there's some film grain. So I'm trying to figure out if it makes a difference. Although it's probably hard to do without actually just playing. I've got OBSE installed in preparation for when lots of other mods need it. Also the fact that I am seriously still thinking about making immersive HUD for this game. If it's possible, with my knowledge. Remember, there is a chance that it is not going to listen to any changes I make if I change the XML files. That still sounds brutally loud. It's a bit weird, to be honest. Okay. Is there anyone here? I should get a reshade preset. I was thinking about that, actually. The game does look a little different to Oblivion, doesn't it? There are some UI mods already. Right. The question is how they achieve what they achieve and whether or not my manipulations would even be detected. Are those edges sharper now? Problem is if I've removed film grain, everything will look slightly sharper anyway. I feel like that's easier to look at, but that could be a placebo. That could be a placebo. It's the sort of thing where I'd have to play for a while. Well, it's difficult to see whether it's got a brown filter right now because it's bloody raining. But yes, I do feel like the game is just not quite as vibrant as it used. Because that's the thing with Oblivion. Oblivion really was quite vibrant, wasn't it? It's sharper to your 24-year-old eyes at least. Okay, well that's good to know. There is another mod I'm thinking of trying. Let's see. Where... That autosave will... No, that's probably not a good place. Maybe there. What is the GPU CPU combo? 4090 graphics card. Is this... Okay, this one will do. This one will do. Right, did I store some stuff in here? Right, one of the things I can't stand about this is when I press the E key, it closes the menu again. I wanna use E to select, and I did see a mod. My CPU is a 14700KF, I believe. Right, so yeah, I think I'm going to keep this and see if my eyes get less tired. Better inputs, E key addition. What sort of mod is that? It's a pack mod. Let's have a quick... Better inputs. Okay, yeah, right, there we go. I know how busy the schedule is now, but would Expedition 33 be a game you would stream? It's a game I would, but I don't have time. I mean, I don't have time to do a Let's Play of Oblivion. So, the timetable is absolutely full at the moment. I've got Kingdom Come Deliverance, Fallout London, and I've got Stalker on a chapter break. So, I can't really add anything else to the timetable without... Well, I'd end up with like 3-4 games on the run at once. Which I think would be a little bit overkill. Which one was it? It was... There, yes. The Ascension mod is a must-have, fixes all the level scaling and so much more issue. I'm a little reluctant to... I mean, I'll test that sort of a mod, but I'm a little reluctant at the moment with... Okay, no, that was not it then. It was this one. That'll be a good save for what I've got in mind in a minute. Okay. I cannot tell if that is easier on the eyes with the chromatic aberration mod. The mod that removes it. It might be. Right, let's have a look at this. Nope, that's doing nothing. Okay. Alright, that's a shame. I thought that would work. I mean, it's not even opening and closing it now. Did I get the wrong one? Enter key is the accept key with E or F. This will apply with selecting things on the main menu, inventories, containers, etc. A and D will now be able to use and navigate left and right, which is very nice. F key addition arguably works better as it requires less menu input changes. Okay, but well, the E one is not working for me, so let's try the F key. Is Sky Oblivion dead now? No. Sky Oblivion is still on, still going to be released this year, as far as I know. I mean, obviously, I haven't heard anything directly from the team, but there have been members of the team in my chats, and they are still full steam ahead. Right, let's try that one. When you have time, in 10 years, you should try Karma the Dark World. Yeah, in 10 years. Gopher, you can make a screenshot and then zoom in and paint shop to see chromatic aberration. Yeah, I probably can. I probably can. Although I could just wait for my son to come home and he'll go, yeah, that's got it, or not. Was that one right? It said you had to remap the E key to something else on the last... Oh, do you have to remap it first? Because my E key was doing nothing. Alright. So now if I press F... Oh, that's working. And so E still does not... G now does search. Okay. F to store. Escape back. Alright. So... Escape, because... Now, honestly, I prefer that. Escape goes back. So they've got E not doing it. I wonder why the other one didn't work straight out the box. Why would Bethesda give 2 different teams to remaster? I'm not sure what that is. Is that to me? Right click also goes back. Does it? Okay, that's... Never tried that one. I'm going to try the E again. Because E is more natural for me, because that's basically what most games use. There's a mod that now lets you use a key to toggle between local and world map. That is probably another good quality of life mod. There's 2 versions. An F key and a... Yeah. No, I've got both versions downloaded. You should unbind E. Right, so it's bound to something. Let me just go back here. Your game crashes when you use Vortex. That... No. You... Vortex and the game should not be interfering with each other in the slightest. Okay, so I've got it. Oh no, now it's working straight away. Nope, now it's working perfectly. Now it is working perfectly. And arrow keys? Right. Yes. Not arrow keys, W and S. Okay. Oh no, did that always work? No, it was the main menu, wasn't it? What I would like it to do is when I'm here, I want it to... Yeah, right. But you know what? I don't really... I mean, it probably seems to a lot of people like I spend a lot of time doing settings, but I actually don't once I get it. Another archer. Well, he's not really an archer. He just happens to have a bow because he's currently running around in whatever the hell he picks up. And I mean, archery has basically been the only way he's survived so far because he's been getting his ass handed to him. But he's not really what I would call an archer. There are his major skills. So yeah. The game is sort of pushing me into the stealth archer type. Oh, I'm using a mod. I'm over encumbered, of course I am. Okay, well, I actually think I can use that mod. Now, the other one I'm thinking of using... Am I going to try any of the unleveling item or enemies mods? I might. The thing is I kind of want to play enough to the point where I get really annoyed with the auto leveling. Does that make sense? So that when I use that mod, I can really say what it actually does. And unfortunately, I've not been able to play this game very far so that I can just... I mean, I could tell you what it does. I could test it out and say, hey, this removes the auto leveling, but I won't really be able to show you because, you know. Right, this is one. I've got one here where I was about to start combat. So, I've been playing on expert difficulty. Right? Okay, so I did a tiny amount of damage. Oh. If I just stand here and let him shoot me. Actually, let's not do that. But you can see that he was killing me faster than I was killing him. Right? Okay, so it's doable. When it stops being doable is when you go inside a dungeon and you don't have any mobility and you're fighting someone. Are you an archer? You're an archer as well. Can we? I wanna. Oh.
I'll hack you to pieces.
Good. Then do it.
What's the matter? Getting tired.
Okay, so this person's hitting me with a tiny little dagger, and I am barely scratching them. Oh god, I tell you what, I do not like playing this on 60 frames a second after I'm used to. Okay, so
I'm just warming up.
don't try doing 2 hits with the sword. This is a 2-handed sword. So if I stand here and I don't do any moving around,
Fall down and
you can
bleed
see.
to death.
You can see that. Am I stuck on something? Of course I am. The amount of damage these guys do, even if it's with a bloody dagger, is just. I mean, granted, I'm not wearing armor there. But what I found was I went inside here. And I was really feeling it. You should try Master. I'm guessing Master is utterly ridiculous. See if I can find an enemy in there. Oh no, I think this was after I cleared it. This was a fairly small dungeon. Yeah, alright, was there another place? So, I mean, the difficulty spike seems to be insane, and I looked at the stats, and apparently the jump is like... Whoa, what the heck? Oh, I'm sneaking. So if you wanted to, like, if you want to try and go toe-to-toe with them, it's next to impossible. And, I mean, granted, it's a low-level character, very badly equipped, because I think at this point I got, like, all my armor had just fallen apart. All of my armor had literally fallen apart. Oh.
You're outmatched, Elf.
But if I'm going toe-to-toe with this... I'm hitting with a... Look at how little damage she's doing and how easily she just utterly obliterates.
Welcome, minion.
It is... The problem with it is I found myself running in, picking a bit of a fight, yeah? Let's just drop it down now to Adept. So what I did is I found myself running in, picking a fight, and then running to the entrance, and then fighting them where I could move around a lot more and control the battle. And when I did that... I mean, even Adept... And I mean, this is bad play. I'm just literally running at her and smacking her in the face. And she's smacking me in the face. But look how easy this is. Right? It's that easy. You go up one difficulty, and even if you play well, even if you... Let's have it go back. So, you know, I mean, I'm at... Right, so, get... No, change. Right, so this is expert again, right? Look at her. She is simply not even going. Now, granted, that was terrible playing. That was, like, absolutely awful playing. No ands, ifs, or buts about it. But I'm just trying to give you an overall idea of the how bad it is. And so what you end up doing, what I ended up doing to kill her was shoot her. Firebolt her. And then just keep firebolting her. And, oh, I did a better job of avoiding her blasts. Oh, and I think I did a bit of archery. So I kited her back. I kited her back a lot. And even then, she was pretty tough. So I actually found one of the easiest things to do. She keep bringing it down. I mean, look at how many fireballs she's taking. Okay, I've got to remember that. Okay. I mean, look at this. Right, no way, right? Really, really. So you can play well. You can kite her, you can use archery. Oh, you can also dodge. It's a little easier if you're concentrating. But that's the thing. It's such a leap that you end up really kind of cheesing the fights a little bit. And you could say, well, it takes skill. It does, but it also really makes every fight the same. Lennon Archer, thank you for the $10 super chat. Would absolutely love to see more immersion mods for this. Now that mods are popping up, do you think we could see more Winter Sun alt-type, start-type mods for the remastered? Oh, absolutely we will. By the looks of things, the mods are not as limited as I thought they were going to be. There are some limits, definitely. Will we overcome them? Maybe. Maybe to probably. So anyway, there's this difficulty slider mod. And I hate having lots of tabs open. Anyway, there are lots of different versions of it. And it redoes... Oh, yeah, here's the vanilla settings. Here are the vanilla settings. The jump from adept to expert is they do 3.5 times more damage to you. She's just... Boom. And you... What is that? Is that an... It's not quite an 8th? Is that a 7th?
Welcome, minion.
No, it's not. It's... What am I talking? My math sucks because I've won for some odd reason. Basically, that is just more than a quarter. Just more than a quarter, right? I don't know what that is. I'd have to try and turn that into a fraction. But yeah, so almost 4 times damage is coming at me. Oh, I'm going to guess it's 3.5 times more, isn't it? It's 1 divided by 3.5. That's what that is. It's basically divided by. I do 3.5 times less damage. Right? That's insane. That's such a ridiculous leap. What? That made the game go from easy to just kind of annoyingly grindy. This one looks better. Basically, you go from adept to 2.5. This one halves those values. So instead of doing 3.5 times as much damage, they do 1.75, and the damage I do is basically the same the other way round. So I'm going to try that one first. 2.5, wasn't it? The original had a slider so you could fine-tune it. Yeah, probably. I vaguely remember that. But it's such a leap. Oh. Okay, just give me a second. That foobard, didn't it? So let me take a quick look. Where did it stick that? It's not, where is it? Binaries? No, that's OBSE. It's content. It's not packs. Oblivion data, right? So it should be in here. And Huh. Let's have a look. Difficulty slider fixed. And it's placed it up there. No validation errors. Okay. Let's put this right at the bottom. Let's put this right at the bottom. So it doesn't loot organize this. Right. Nikki D, thank you for the $5 super chat. From what I've seen so far in the first week, there's significantly more hype desire to mod Oblivion Remastered than Starfield by comparison. Promising. Yes, it is. Okay. So yeah, the OG plugins are in OBV data and the OE packs are in packs mods. Yeah. So, right. Was that enough? Probably should have briefly read this. Right. He said put it at the bottom. Put it at the bottom. But that was a worrying crash. It shouldn't have crashed like that, should it? Right. So I've got something to do. Have I got to enable mods? Is it? Am I missing the step because it's been so long? I am, aren't I? I've probably got to tweak the ini files. I've probably got to tweak the bloody ini files. Oblivion is sorted at the bottom. Wait, what? Oblivion ES. Oh my god, how the hell is... Well, to be honest with you, that won't matter, or it shouldn't matter. Oh, wait, no. No, wait. Oblivion doesn't force masters to be loaded at the top, does it? Or does it? All right, I'm going to have to sort my load order. Right. I'm so used to Skyrim. I'm so used to Skyrim and Fallout 4 now. Basically, what they do is they force all master files to load before plugins, regardless. So your load order doesn't matter. Right, it's Oblivion. Right, there you go. I don't suppose we've already got loot yet. Oh, well, there'll be a version of that out for this sooner or later. You still have to add the mods to... Make this my active quest. I've heard talk of a lost Aelid city called Vars. Wait. Is this... Are these all the DLC and I haven't enabled them? These are all NL. What is NL? Not gonna lie. I know that's NGL. Horse armor. No luck. It's because I changed the vanilla load order. Not localized. Is it because I changed the load order's messed up? I am sure it is. Right. Okay. I'll fix the load order in a minute. What I want to do is briefly leg it in and see if this feels different already. Come on. We're not doing skill. Okay. Alright. So now, I'm still losing because I'm a terrible play-in. But I feel like...
All the same. All flash and no fury.
I feel like that was a little more, you know... I don't know. I felt like I was doing a bit more damage to her. Oh god, yeah, no, I should fix the load order just because otherwise I'm going to be doing this every time I reload. Okay. This, ladies and gentlemen, is why you don't just rush these things and test them. I do that. I always do this. This is what I do. I stick things in, I run in, and I see what happens, and if it breaks everything, I then go on unbreak it. There's another one, isn't there? Come on. Don't lie to me. There's another one. Okay. Oh, go. Right. So, let's try and beat her... without doing too much cheesing. Right, where was the good space again? No, it was up. That's up there. Alright. So she's a boss, right? So she's a boss. Okay. Okay. Right. Probably should focus on the... Oh, God, her zombie is tough. But look, right, so you can see already...
all the same.
Although this is not exactly going well for me...
What's the matter? Getting tired?
I can now fight this and not get utterly decimated, like, instantly. I mean, this is still not good fighting. This is pretty badly played, but at the same time, while it's punishing me and bringing me close, you know, it's harder than Adept, but it's just, it feels less... Yeah, I like that mod. Honestly, I think I'll probably stick with that. Here's the thing. Playing on Expert, I'll show you where I am. I'm there. I've got from the prison. We went across here. I've gone around here, done two dungeons, I think. Yeah, I've done 2 dungeons all the way around here. And because I'm playing on Expert, I'm level... Where's level? 6. I'm level 6 already. I'm not even like a quarter of the way round to the main city, and I'm level 6. Why? Because I'm playing on Expert, and every single fight is me peppering them with like 500 arrows, 20 fireballs, and then once I think I've got them to about half health, I move in with my sword and shield, and I finish them off. Or usually after I've killed off 2 or 3 of the ads. And so I could get, like, almost... I was getting, like, 1, maybe even 2 levels in a single dungeon. There's a mod that slow down XP. Yeah, but here's the thing. Just being able to kill them twice as fast halves your experience. See, this is as far as I got. I got as far as looking down on the Imperial City and realising that is the prison, and there is a path there, isn't there? I'm going to tell you this right now. As many times as I've played Oblivion, I don't think I've ever just gone round and gone that way. I think I've always legged it across, fought the bandits, gone into the alien ruin, and then wandered around here. Just... Honestly, I think that's how I've always done it. I don't think I've ever once thought to myself, you know what, I'm just going to billy goat tit around here and then just dump around. You always ran up the hill and entered from the prison entrance. There's a prison entrance on this side, and you can get through. Right, you know, or can you just hop over onto the bridge there? Probably. Honestly, I don't think I've ever done that. In all my times of playing Oblivion, I do not think I've ever done that. And standing it... And here's the thing. Probably part of the reason I've never thought to do it is I don't think I've ever stood here and been able to see the road. I may be lying. I may just never have really paid it any attention. But I think being able to see a lot more detail... I can't remember what sort of distant terrain detail this game had. If this were Morrowind, I wouldn't even be able to see that. Those of you who've never played Morrowind, Morrowind has fog. It has distant fog. Okay, so those definitely look hopeful. They definitely look hopeful. Although, absolutely, I gotta get my load order is completely fluffed up, obviously. I've not even actually looked at the plugins so far. So let's have a look. We got Oblivion, obviously. These are all DLC, then. There's probably a correct order. What I should probably do... Can I... Oh, right. Because this is community... The plug... Right. I use an extension to be able to manage it with Vortex. I don't have access to the saves. So I can see what the saves want. Oh, that's the other thing. Does Mod Organizer 2 work with... or any version of Mod Organizer work with Oblivion Remaster? Or do we still have the Oblivion mod manager? I can't even remember what it was called. Does that work? There's a custom plugin for Mod Organizer 2. Right, might check Mod Organizer 2 out for this. I may do that. There's an unofficial plugin for it. Oh, okay, nice. There's a dev build in Discord. Right, yeah. So I'm going to have to fix my load order now that I just brokered it. What else was I thinking? Right, difficulty. I think I'm definitely going to keep better inputs in. Better reticle was another one I found. Making the reticle a dot instead of that, whatever that cross is when you take a bow out or an aimed spell. I don't quite get that cursor. You know the one I'm talking about? Let me just turn that off. It is odd that changing the load order sort of made all those quests trigger. Or did I just not have those files enabled? Because I never went... Because the original Oblivion, you used to boot up Oblivion and then have to go into data and select things, I remember. Back in the good old days. Unofficial plugins sometimes require the fire paths already be present in the mod. Is it possible to remake Leonard in this game? Not really. You can't make Leonard in the Oblivion character system, I'm afraid. You couldn't make Richard either. This is one of the conversations I've been having with people in my comment sections of some of my videos. Right, that is hot. I don't quite understand that, to be honest. It tightens in when you zoom an arrow. Is that useful? I don't understand why that would be useful. To be absolutely honest, I think it does this. Oh, we don't have ranged spells, do we? Like, as in, you know, if I do that, there's no cursor for it. If I put my hand away now. Oh, if I change. Oh, it keeps the cursor of whatever you've got selected. Tells you how drawn back your bow is. I know, but I mean, how do you not know that anyway? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's not exactly like you need much of a subtle clue that you got your bow drawn back, is it? And that just distracts me. I find myself looking around it to see what I'm shooting at. I mean, I can't even see what I'm shooting at there. I go like... Gonna shoot it over the walls. That'd be funny, wouldn't it? You've never seen that cursor, you're always sneaking. I'm gonna be honest with you. Part of the reason I like sneaking is it gets rid of the cursor. So I'm gonna keep the cursor mod as well. I'm gonna keep the cursor. Better HUD mod author has a reticle mod. Alright. So yeah, I'm going to keep better inputs, E addition, better reticle, difficulty slider. I think I'm going to test it out. Obviously, I need to test it out a lot before I weigh in on it. But honestly, I feel like that was a better medium. And I like the fact that there are a lot of different gradations of it. So if that's still too hard, you could go with the ×2. And if that's still too hard, go for the ×1.5. So yeah, because... I mean, I don't think there's any problem going from Adept to, what is it, Apprentice? Because my guess is, if you're having difficulty at Adept, let's face it, well, no, you're not having difficulty at Adept. You know you're not, right? Let's face it, you saw what I could do at Adept. I could run into a boss fight and just stand there face tanking them with no armor on and a mace that I'm not very good at and just pummel the boss to death, right? At Adept. Or could I? I can't remember. How, did I still die? Anyway, you're not going to have a problem at Adept. If you're turning it down to Apprentice, it's because you want to absolutely power slam everything in the game. And that is not me judging you. More power to you. If you want to play a game and just one-shot everything like a badass, then you're fine. You don't really need degrees, I think, at that point. Because I don't think I saw degrees. This seems to only be a variety of stages between expert and master, which I think is what was needed. At level 6, less so, right after the enemies scaled at 5. Both chats are talking about boob mods. Could iHUD be made for this game? Well, yeah, maybe. I'm gonna have to give that. I crashed the game. Oh, this was probably from the first crash. Maybe. Menus. God, let me see. Would it come under main? Yeah, probably HUD main menu. That's probably what I'd have to be working on. And it's still here. So theoretically, if the script extender gets the required functions that I would need, and the game responds to any tweaks I make here. And I'll be able to test that. I will be able to test that by just playing around with some of these files, see what... Oh my God, this brings back memories. I never edited these files in Oblivion, but they are so similar to the ones in Fallout 3 and Fallout New Vegas. So, for example, yeah, I mean, I can play around with the compass, see if it does anything in game. Yeah, that's... I'm wondering if I could just quickly do something right now on it. Compass face, file name DDS, depth 3, width. Can I change the width? Notepad++ has a dark theme. Oh, yeah, I know it does. Yes, it does. Yes. If this sounds strange to you, I generally don't use dark theme on code editing because it doesn't look like code to me anymore. I can't explain it. I can't explain it. This is a super quick test. I don't even know if what I just did should change anything. I don't actually know. Because it's been a while since I edited any of these menus, but I don't think it did. Right, so I will play around. I will play around with these files and I will see basically what I can break. I will see what I can break, and I'll see if I could change anything with this. Because some people were saying they still use these XML files, and then somehow the Unreal Engine layer takes all that data and turns it into a heads-up display. I don't know how that's possible, but I will give it a test. If that doesn't work, then the answer is pretty much no. I cannot make immersive HUD, at least not the way I made it in Fallout 3, Fallout New Vegas. I will need to learn the widget system for Unreal Engine, and I'll also need to wait for the script extender to get commands that will let me hook into that as well. If they will do it, I do not know. So, and I do not know the widget system in Unreal Engine. So basically that's the quick answer is, at the moment, I don't think it's going to be possible. I suspect that tweaking this file here won't change anything at all. That's my gut feeling. My gut feeling is I could probably kill this file. And I mean, I will test it though. I will break as much as I can break and see what happens. But we'll just have to see. Has anyone attempted to remove highlight strokes around interactable objects yet? No, I don't think they have. But I think that would be a brilliant mod, and I would use it definitely. Light mode is somewhat easier on the eyes in brighter spaces. Dark mode makes you all sensitive to everything bright afterwards. Yeah, it could be that. It could just be that I'm used to writing code in a coding environment with other developers, and we all just use the same damned tools and generally settings. So we all had our browsers set to dark mode. That was the funny thing. We'd all have our browsers set to dark mode, but all of our code editors would be standard. And so when I'm tweaking things like this, I find looking at it in dark mode makes me a little weirded out. I don't know why. It's a completely insane thing to admit when I admit it out loud. They've already gutted the Starfield mod community with profit incentive. I don't think so. I don't. If you're talking about paid mods, I don't think paid mods has had anything to do with Starfield modding going the way it went. Because Skyrim's got paid mods now. And Skyrim mods are still fine. The modding community is still going great. Are you going to try Mod Organizer 2? I think I might, actually. I think I might try Mod Organizer 2 for this game as well. Get both of them working. I just used Vortex because it's what I had open at the time. And there was an automatic plugin that just pretty much got detected immediately. So it was all pretty much automatic. I missed the Twitch hype train. We had a hype train on Twitch. I am sorry, Twitch people. I think the script extender is already out. Oh, it is. I'm using it. But just because it's out doesn't mean it can do the things I need. The script extender usually comes out relatively quickly and will allow people to make plugins for the script extender. But I do not use the script extender to make plugins for my mods. I use the script extender to extend what can be done in the scripting engine, which is why it's called the script extender, actually. I can't remember. Didn't the original script extenders not even have that? They might have had that. The plugin extension. I think originally they were tools just to extend what you could do in the scripting engine itself directly. He finally read my message telling him he missed your subs and hype train. All caps from FK. Oblivion mod sanctuary videos on the way. Oh, maybe. Can you give us some mod tutorials for Oblivion Remaster? Vortex seems to behave awkwardly with this game so far. I'm not sure what way does it behave awkwardly. So far, it seems like it's put everything where it's supposed to be. The only mod that even remotely got funky for me was actually the script extender. The script extender has an odd file structure in it. Actually, it's not that odd. But for some reason, the extension for Vortex didn't quite understand that well. But it seems to have understood most of the other mods I've installed. In fact, all of them. None of them have gone to the wrong place so far. Vortex wasn't great for the original Oblivion for whatever reason. Oh, I can tell you why it wasn't great for the original Oblivion. Because it wasn't created then. Original Oblivion's 2006. Oh, right. You mean, like, I get it. People actually tried to use Vortex to mod Oblivion after it was made. Sorry, I thought you were suggesting that, back in the Oblivion days, like 2007, 2008, when we were first modding it. I was going to say, I don't think we even had mod managers then. I can't even remember what people were using for Oblivion. Might have even been Rye. I don't like Vortex's UI. I honestly prefer using Nexus Mod Manager over it. Yeah, I don't like Vortex's UI, but then I don't like modern UIs, period. I don't like modern user interfaces, just period. I just don't. I preferred the Fallout Mod Manager to absolutely everything. Windows 8 ruined modern UI. Well, it basically moved UIs into the modern era, and I'm old. That's it. There's probably nothing wrong with the user interface other than I'm old. That's it. You used Rybash. Yeah. I think that was the popular one back then. You missed the Rybash days. Which difficulty mod feels like 2 damage dealt and 2 damage received? It was actually the 2.5 one. Well, no, that's wrong. I mean, obviously, if you just want to do double damage, sorry, to do half damage and receive double damage, just use the ×2 version of the mod. If you want something that's halfway between expert and... Actually, now that I'm saying this out loud, sounds weird. But yeah, use the 2.5. The one that's halfway between adept and expert. Basically, you use 2.5. Because instead of 3 times more, it's... you know what? You can go and see the numbers on the page for the absolute values. Because honestly, my brain's beginning to hurt. It's been a long, long weekend. There's been a big book market thing for the school band my kids go to. It's selling books and having to interact with people. Anyway, so I'm finally starting to look at mods. I've now got to fix my load order. But overall, yeah, I'm beginning to get a little tingle of hope for Oblivion Remaster modding. And yes, I'm going to play around with it a little bit and see if immersive HUD is possible. But please don't expect much, because if I had to flip a coin, and if I had to pick one or the other, a bet, I'd say it's probably not possible without me learning a whole new set of skills. Which I might anyway. Anyway, I'll be back later on. Darkest Dungeon will continue. I will see you guys there if you want to join me for that. Good night.